Hi everybody. Let's sit down to this beautiful basket of flowers. I drew it all out, and what I've done is I started painting a little bit of the flowers and the leaves, and I figured I would have you come on and we will continue together for a little bit, short little video, because most of it I'll do offline, off camera. So let's go to another flower here. Let's start over here for this one. So I'm wetting the paper. This is kind of like the flowers are and leaves are pretty much wet on wet. I'm going to go for a vermilion, I think the name is. It's a pretty color. We're just going to paint it in. I think we'll add a little red with that. It's always a pretty, yeah. I am using a round brush. I don't know the name of these brushes, but it is a number 8. Awesome brushes. Holds the tip really well. And just really paints well. A little too much water on the brush. Get a little more vermilion on there if I can find it. Well, where did it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. The colors can be sitting right in front of you and you don't see them. Oh boy. Okay, so we're just kind of getting the dark and lights of the flower. Getting them drawn in there. Trying to leave some, white spaces. That is one of the things that when I first started, watercolor was so hard. Oh my gosh, to remember to leave the white spaces, it was next to impossible. It took me really a long time to get used to that, but once I did, we were good. And the same thing will happen with you. If it's not happening, make little notes, mask it out. There's a lot of things that can be done to help you to remember it. But don't beat yourself up for it, that's for sure. It's not the easiest thing in the world to, when you're first painting, because you have so many things in your mind that you're trying to remember to do with the painting that, it gets pretty hard to remember that sort of thing. So just, you can also, if you do, you just can't seem to get it. And you don't even want to go there. I mean, there's no rule of thumb that you have to, or else your painting, it just isn't any good. I mean, that's crazy. No. You can use Chinese white, acrylic white, gouache white, and literally go back in and put the white in yourself. I mean, it's really no harm, no foul at all. So, in fact, I've done that quite a few times. Even now that I do remember. Sometimes I just, I didn't quite remember it where I wanted it to, or something like that. So I'll go back in with one of the whites and accomplish the same thing. The whole point of painting, for yourself or whatever. Ooh, that's a different color altogether. Okay, I didn't know that. Well, let's not quite the, that's kind of a drastic difference to what I've got going on. So we will, well, you know what? I'm not going to try to pull it out. Let's just paint with it, okay? No problem. I don't think it'll make as big a problem as it seems, or seemed when I first realized it. Some of them I'm going to make a little lighter, and some of them will be a little darker. So you'll see that as I go. I was going to do another ocean scene. I've been into ocean scenes lately, but then I thought about this basket of flowers, which I had been wanting to do as well. And as you can see, the basket of flowers won. I'll probably get back to the ocean tomorrow or another day. And then coming out of the center are the stamens. So you want to get those in there. And kind of dance them around, you know, don't have them all going like a straight line. Kind of give them some character. That's still a little wet, so I'm going to wait on that. Okay, so let's see. Let's go to a couple of leaves. Here's one here. Here's one here. Let's put some water down. Not too much. I had a little too much there. Okay, and you know, vary your greens. I always vary them to some degree. And another little tip is to use some of the same colors that you have in your palette for the greens. So you can add some reds, some pinks, purples into them as well, which brings a sense of harmony into the painting. Okay. And I actually have been into using acrylic yellow on top and a couple other acrylic colors mixed in with my painting with my watercolor. Especially yellow and white. That's one of the other ones. It just is brighter, shows up better. And again, there's no rule of thumb of that. If somebody gives you a hard time, just don't even listen. There's no, it doesn't work that way. Don't have to worry about it if you want to, you know, include acrylics into your watercolor. Just include them. You're the painter. Right now, I'm just deciding to put some, you know, lines in my leaves. And also, usually, you know, you want to have a light where the light's coming in. This in my painting here, it's from the right. Is what I'm, oh, kink in my neck there. What I am depicting. Pretty. In the center here, everything is darker. There's no light that shines down in there, way down in there, where the center is in the flower, the deep center, so that, you know, you'll have some maybe darker down in it, but darker color to indicate that, if you want to. Hope you're all having a really wonderful day. I've had a great day. Had lunch with a afternoon kind of brunch with a friend. It was nice. Now I thought I took a rest and decided to paint. So that's what I'm doing here. And I think I forgot to pull out my lines with the flower as well. I forgot to do that. Of course, you don't have to, but I had intended to, so. Well, this one was supposed to stay mostly white. I don't know what happened, but I guess that's pretty good. Can do that, I guess. Sometimes you get going and you think of some other thing and you end up, you know, changing things around a little bit, which is fine. Absolutely fine. Okay. Pretty. I love doing flowers in watercolor. It's literally one of my most favorite things to do in watercolor. Might have to wait till, yeah, I gotta wait till that's drier. I'm not going to make this long. I'm certainly not going to do the whole thing with you here. I'm just doing, you know, jumping around so that you can, basically how I do one is how I'm going to do all of them. So I thought I'd just jump around and show you the way I'm doing it. And I figured out what that color is that I just grabbed. I think it's a mixture of colors that landed in one of my pans. Because it doesn't seem to be any one color, so I'm quite sure that's what it is. Which I love to do. I love to mix on my palette. It's one of my most favorite things to do. We got a nice fold here. I love that look. Put a little darker down under here. I love seeing folds in leaves and flowers. Which reminds me, I've got to put some in the ones above. But I think what I'm going to do is use some white and do it I'm not sure if I yeah, I guess that's all right. make it sort of pink. Finally put some of the China white into my palette. And I kept it, but I like to use the acrylic white too, so I don't worry about it. I have all of it. If I don't have, like I didn't have the other day, I didn't have any of the China or Chinese white, so I just use the acrylic white. Works just as well. It's just as wonderful. In fact, I actually like it a lot. So I do kind of use it a lot. So pretty, so pretty. What do you think? You think it's pretty? I hope you like it. I hope you like what I paint. I have my style, just like everybody has theirs, you know. I'll get a little lighter. Sun would be kind of shining on the top a little bit. Oh, so pretty. See how long we've got going here? Oh, we'll go a little bit longer, but not too much, because I really don't want these to go long. I'm shortening them a little bit because they download quicker, and I think it holds people's attention better when they're not, you know, 30 minutes long or whatever. I hope you're checking out some of my other tutorials as well. A lot of good stuff in there. So put a little more white on that area. Get the highlight. Yeah. Just find the places where you think you would like to see a fold for your flowers or your leaves. Just, you know, find the places. Like, look at your leaves, and where would you like to see a nice fold happening, right? And that's where you put it. What I think won't be what you think, you know, necessarily. So, I mean, you know, we all just we decide those things on our own. So you want some flowers going that way, and you want some going that way, and you want some leaves going that way. So, you know, you're just your eyes going all around and dancing, you know, to find the, you know, finding the, following how it goes, you know? Love how this brush works. Yeah, we could even maybe add some yellow more yellow fold where the sun might be. Well, I lost it. Okay, hold on. Okay, I guess that will be. And then we can go back in with a little yellow. Maybe right on the top-ish there. So basically off camera, that's how I'm going to finish. Yeah, definitely. I don't want it to go any longer. That's how I am going to finish all the flowers and leaves. What I am going to do, though, is come back for part 2 and finish, do the basket. I'll start it, and then I'll finish it with you guys. So again, hope you enjoy it. I think if you start painting with watercolor, you'll find probably flowers to be a really fun start. So have a wonderful rest of your day, folks, and bye for now.